All right, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to FX Pro Now, and welcome to our This Week in the Market episode for week number 3. Today is Monday. No, today is Wednesday. Sorry, and I'm excited to, if anything, get back into the markets and if anything, go over what we have done from last week to this week has actually been a great week for me, and hopefully it's been the same for you. So what we do on This Week in the Markets is we literally break down what we see in actual markets, and we see what's available for right now and what may be available in the future. So what I personally do is I do my best to be able to share with you what I see in my mind and what I do on a day-to-day basis. And maybe you could be able to actually replicate what I'm actually going over. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and actually get into the charts, and we're going to go ahead and actually get started with our first pair being EURUSD. And on Friday, I'm going to actually release a chart breakdown where you're going to be able to actually see what I saw a couple days ago and what is actually playing out right now, which is beautiful that it's working so well. So let's go ahead and actually get into the charts. And if anything, if you can be able to hear my voice, go ahead and actually click on the like button so I can make sure that the recording is actually working. So let's go ahead and actually get started. So EURUSD, let's go. So as we can see here, EURUSD, and this is playing out exactly to the T of how I imagine it would. So what I said a while back was, I think it was in this area over here. Hey, listen, what's going to happen is price is going to push up. And at that point in time, it didn't. It continued to push down, and that is okay. You know, that's why we have stop losses, and that's also why we understand structure. So this is where I figured, okay, the H4 time frame, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows, higher highs forming, and then at this point in time, it started to slow up. We saw seller's exhaustion forming and stuff like that. And I figured that it was done and it would continue, right? Now, why did I do that? Why did I think that? Let me go ahead and actually go into specifically this region right here. All right. And the H4 is correlated with the M30 time frame. And what I saw here was the fact that, and I know there's a whole bunch of lines and stuff like that. Don't worry. What I saw here was the fact that price on the M30 time frame, we had this area right here, what do you call it? Close on top of this area right here, right? So essentially, it's a broken structure on this M30 time frame. And I was thinking, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and actually enter once it actually forms a bullish engulfing pattern. And what happened? Well, it continued to push down and went lower than the last low, which is okay, but it continued to go in that direction. Right. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait for the first bullish engulfing pattern. So essentially, this was the first bullish engulfing pattern, which is, not bad because essentially it stayed in this area. OK, so it hit my stop loss. That's totally OK. All right. Then what started to happen was it started to consolidate even more. And then I saw this. So the same thing that happened over here where we see this area close on top of this area right here. Broken structure to the upside. I saw the same exact thing form right here. Once I saw this go on top of here and close on top of here, right, this bullish candle right here, close on top of this area right here, I knew I was good. And then that's when I waited for the for this to retrace. We see this bullish engulfing pattern, and then from there we enter in our buy. I have a couple entries because I feel very, very confident about this one. Literally, hours later, what do we see? Boom, boom, And then once I saw this candle close, I knew I was good. I knew it would retrace, no problem at all. We see this bullish engulfing pattern, and we see the continuation. And where did it do it? It did that continuation kind of like at 38.2, kind of, I guess you can call it, right? But essentially, I see this continuing its way to the upside. And what's beautiful about this is I see this going for a little while, all right? So from point A here to point B here, right at 88.6, beautiful. Now, when it comes to the actual trend, it may not be that strong of a trend, but if it has been making higher highs and higher lows already for the past 2 months, then, you know, I do see this as a continuation and heading up into this -27 area. So this is about a 250 pip move that I am ecstatic for, to tell you the truth, because I've been wanting a move that I could be able to stay in and just let it rock and just make higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, and continue its way to the upside. Now, we do have a daily key level right here that goes dead smack in the middle, but I'm not really worried about that one too much. See, the thing is, the market has just been in this area for so long, and being the fact that we see higher highs and higher lows forming, I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, this is it's ready to continue and get out of this area finally. So I think this is the beginning of it. All right, so I'm excited for this to continue. Now, hopefully you caught the beginning of my talk, and if you didn't, you can be able to watch the replay later on. But I do see EURUSD continuing to this area up here, and probably even beyond. I guess we'll have to see as time continues, because we did see this area really push to the downside for a long time over here. So maybe it'll get back to this weekly key level up here. And if it does, beautiful. Because if anything, I'll just stay in these buys. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to AUDUSD. And when it comes to AUDUSD, it's kind of been like in this stagnant area. I actually closed out of my trade that I was in from this area over here. Being the fact that I saw it consolidating over here, I'm like, okay, it's really close to my take profit. I'm good. I'm not trying to wait that long for an extra 15 pips, you know. So I closed out. What we were looking for was the continuation of this downtrend, or seeing, is this going to just stay at 38.2 and then continue and make a new trend to the upside? So I was kind of in the in between, and being the fact that it consolidated right around this area kind of confirms where I was kind of like hesitant. I do see that price, and this is new to me. I have not seen this as of yet. This purple area is where I found a level of resistance that was not being broken, and obviously it now has been broken. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the H1 time frame and see how this is closing. Yeah, it's just in a weird area. I wouldn't be surprised it's going to continue to the downside, but I'm not interested in waiting for this. I'd rather this continue to the downside, close under this area right here, retest, and then I'll look for more sells. Other than that, I'm not really interested in AUDUSD right now. Let's go ahead and go to UJ. And what's pretty interesting is UJ has, I guess you could say, kind of follow what I was mentioning. On the H4 time frame, I mentioned to you guys that from point A over here to point B over here, point C at 38.2. Being the fact that the sells were so great on UJ, I didn't see price continuing all the way to 61.8, even though when it comes to the Japanese pair, most times it does continue to 61.8. Man, the Knicks are trash. Every time I look at my phone, they're always losing a game. Unfortunate. Anyways, so What's interesting now that I look at this, I do find a level of resistance, and this is kind of beautiful. I do find a level of resistance right here at this around this 38.2 area, which is pretty interesting. And the reason why it's interesting is because, you know, what if it's ready to continue that move to the downside? Let's go ahead and go to the M30 time frame. What we see here is price breaks past this level of support, right, and pushes up. Now, what I would like to see, and this would kind of confirm everything for me, is for price to go past this area. So remember how I said, hey, listen, price is going to push down, and that's exactly what it did, and then push up. That's essentially what it did, right? What I need for this to do now is literally the same exact thing. I need for price to go under this area now, push up, and then do the same exact thing. I need a bearish engulfing pattern. Once I see that form around here, then I'll continue my sells. Other than that, I'm not doing anything with this because the thing is, it could continue to push to 50% or to this monthly or to the 61.8 or even 78.6. I'm not interested in going against trend because the downside move is so strong. Why do I believe the downside move is so strong? Well, when we go back to the daily time frame, right, and this is the beginning of that move to the downside. When I go to the excuse me, to the daily, we'll see the fact that this level of resistance has been so strong, and this is what I've been saying like since back here. But anyways, this level of resistance is just so strong up here where the zone is, that I just see this continuing. Now that I look at it, I do see something pretty interesting, that this may be some sort of a key level right there, because we see boom, 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 and boom. Let me go ahead and actually just make this a key level. Now that this has gone here, I'm going to make this a daily key level. Daily. And if you have no idea what I'm doing, this is all in our actual course. As far as like these daily key levels and H4 key levels and stuff like that. But this, excuse me, definitely looks like a key level right here. All right, H4. All right. So it's kind of like in La La Land, but it's kind of like jumpy. So let me actually see if I can make this better. Daily. Because there's a point right here. Here, let me see if I could just make two. So this is one, definitely. We see level of resistance and level of support, right? And I'm going to make another one. I'm just going to make one right here. We have support, 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 support. All right. I'm just going to leave it like that and see if this does anything for me. All right. Excuse me. All right. So we do see at that key level, which is interesting, at 38.2 on the dot, we see that it's kind of resting on this area. Again, I do want to see this break through this area right here. And then from there, you know, see what's going to happen. I'm pretty interested to see what's going on. I'm actually going to make this directly on 109.5. All right, so if anything, let's go ahead and continue. Again, I'm waiting for this to break to the downside, or if anything, continue to around the 61.8 area. All right, so right now, let's go ahead and go to GJ. All right. So what's beautiful and what sucked here, one, we all in our group, in the You Are the Indicator group, we all saw this final level of support, and literally at my monthly key level, which freaking is unfortunate because I did not look. Ugh. Anyways, so we found that this found some level of support and then found a very nice bullish candle, right? From there, like it sucks because, like I told everybody in the group, found a level of support. I do see it continuing to the upside, and only because it's technically going against trend is why I didn't get in right here for this continuation. Because what is the actual trend of the market? The trend of the market is a downtrend, right? And I should have just got in, to tell you the truth, to continue this move to the upside, but I didn't right away, at least, because this by itself, man, like GJ is beautiful. Like, it's just beautiful. By itself, this is a 200 pip move, right? This small thing right here, 200 pips, which is crazy, man. I love GJ. Anyways, so I didn't get in until late. I saw this continuing. I'm like, F it. And I caught, I think, 110 pips. So I caught half the amount of pips that I should have, which is totally fine. And what I do see is that it kind of consolidated at an H4 key level, right? And let's see if this correlates with anything else. No, just this key level right here. That's about it. Now, we do see 61.8 in correlation with this key level right here at 144.1. 144.1, which is pretty interesting. You know what? I think these fibs are based upon the daily time frame. Into the party, but I am almost sure, being the fact that this has pushed up so strongly, that it'll push to the downside. So I have a very small trade just to get this counter trend based upon this. This essentially is an uptrend based on this M30 time frame, but I'm looking for this to pull down. And I do have a small take profit. I wouldn't copy this at all. This is not the best trade in the world, to tell you the truth. But I'm looking for this to pull down, being the fact that it's been consolidating in this area. I see it doing the same exact thing right here. I have it at 142 flat, going back to this area right here. So I do see it getting to at least 38.2, right? And I'm giving it a little bit more space to be able to continue. So we'll see. I'm not like proud of this trade at all, this kind of trade right here, but I guess we'll see. But what I am looking for is a continuation to the downside, the actual continuation to the downside. This right here is just some small thing. I see that wick consolidating in this area. I see this just pulling down just a little bit and then probably even continuing to the upside, being the fact that it's in la land in between 61.8 and 50%. I do see this continuing to the upside just a little bit more, but I'm just catching a little sauce in between. Let me see something. Yeah, just a little bit. All right. Oh man. Man, that's crazy. Yeah. So if anything, we'll see what happens. I think it would be fun that this pulls down and continues, but I guess we'll see as this continues over time. This should actually be here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so that 61.8 actually correlates with this key level right here. at this 144 area. So I wouldn't be surprised this pulls down and then continues to 144. At that 144, I'll be looking for my actual real sell. I just have a small lot size. Just get this, you know, this small move right here, this 142. All right. And if anything, let's go ahead and go to gold. And if anything, before we actually go into gold, what I want to show you is our actual page. So if you want to be able to always be able to get access to our content, we have many different platforms that you can be able to get access to. So you could always stay up to date. What I would also always encourage you to do is get into our Telegram group. Telegram is just like a WhatsApp. We have about 500 people in this actual group. And once you go into this group, you're able to actually interact with other people that are learning in the Forex world. So there's this specific chat, and there's also a second chat. This is the second chat right here. So just make sure that you get into both of these, right? The next thing that I would also encourage you to do is go ahead and actually click where it says learn the basics for free. What that's going to be able to lead you to is to our actual YouTube. What I would highly suggest is go ahead and actually click on the subscribe button. Once you click on subscribe, make sure you click on the bell so that you can be able to always be able to be alerted when we're actually going to start a video or when a new video drops. Okay. And then from there, if you really want to make Forex like your world, like this is really what you want to do long term, we actually have a course that you can be able to really get into the nitty gritty and learn the way that that I've learned how to trade. We have an online course and we have an in-person course that you'll be able to get access to. And on here, you're able to actually see stories of what other people are saying about the course itself. I would highly encourage you to watch these so you can be able to see what you can be able to get access to and what other people's experiences are. This is actually the curriculum of the course. So if you're wondering what you can be able to get access to, it's all available here. For example, answering questions like, you know, where do I start when it comes to marketing my charts? How do I know if a trend is going to continue? When exactly do I enter, and how long should I actually stay into these trades and stuff like that? These videos are very, very condensed and detailed. Believe me, there's no fluff. Because you see an 8-minute video or a 20-minute video, I promise you, this is going to take you an hour just to finish this actual video because all the condensed content that's actually in this one video or in this video. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and actually go ahead and continue our learning. So right now we're looking at gold. So when it comes to gold, we actually entered our trade over here. Right, around in this area over here, and caught about 150 pips down here. And then what I saw was this continue to push up, and I closed out my trade. I forget exactly where I closed it out, but it wasn't at 150 pips because I just didn't want this to continue to about 61.8 and for me to lose out on a lot of my profits. So I just closed out. And then I got into another entry, mostly because I saw it consolidating around at this 38.2 area. And I'm almost sure that these sells are going to be strong as time continues. So I just don't want to miss out on the real push. So I entered in. I'm in profit right now because I entered in pretty high, which is great. But I'm not in profit like something crazy. But I do see this continuing to the downside, the same analysis that I had from before. Going to this 38.2 area. So this green box is my where I'm looking for price to get into. So around this weekly key level is where I'm going to really start looking, okay, what's going on, and really pay attention. But I'm really excited for these next couple. It's probably going to take probably about 2 weeks for this to continue to the downside, but I'm okay waiting. Let's look at the daily to see how this is going to continue. We see last night or yesterday, this closed bearish. Not that strong, but I wouldn't be surprised this will close and engulf this area right here. All right, how much was this one? Yeah, 0.82% this day. Yeah, 0.81% this day. Yeah, the sellers are there, man. The sellers are definitely there. So let's see the last time that we had two bearish days at 0.80. Yeah, this is 67, 51. This is 1.9, 1.19. Yeah, so I'm almost sure that this will continue to the downside, something strong, being the fact that there's one day at 0.81% and another day at 0.82%. What I'm looking at is actually this over here. You can highlight this thing and it'll show you each bar how much percent it actually went down. So we haven't seen the market be that strong to the downside in a long time, all the way since November 9th. All right, so I'm almost sure that this will continue to the downside. Being the fact that we have two, I think the market knows, and I think we'll continue that move to the downside, and hopefully we'll start it now. So that's my spiel, and hopefully you've gained some type of value. What I would encourage you to do is comment on this video and let me know what you have learned. I really want to know what you have learned, and if you have any questions or anything like that. These comments actually help me out because it lets me know what is working, and if anything, what I need to work on for you, right? So yeah, it was kind of like stalling. All right, so again, I greatly appreciate your time. I'm so excited to be able to continue working with you guys and continuing the learning process. If you have any questions, you can always be able to actually email me in the link below. In the description below, there's my email. And if you have any questions, whether it be just a question about what we've spoken about today or about the course, you can be able to contact me with no issue. But I do want to let you guys know are two specific things. Number one, we have every single month, what I do is I give away a one-on-one with 5 different people every single first Saturday of the month. All right. For the last 2 months, it's been pretty hectic, and it was hard for me to be able to actually focus on that. But we're getting back to that, where every single month I'm giving away 5 one-on-ones, which is a portion of my in-person course that you can be able to get access to. Now, how can you be able to do that? The way that you're going to be able to do that is by going through our beginner section. And once you go through that beginner section, you're going to be able to all you have to do is go ahead and like the videos in that beginner section, and then also go ahead and actually comment something that you've learned or a question on those beginner videos. Okay. And so that's the first giveaway that we have. All right. So every first of the Saturday, you're going to be able to get access to that. Now, the second thing that we have is a competition, where it's the 12-week RBC or Red Blue Cloud competition, where what we're going to be doing is we're having a first, second, and third prize winner, where you can be able to actually win my online course or my in-person course, or actually win a cash prize. All the details are actually on the Red Blue Cloud section on session number 2 on our actual YouTube. And the way that you can be able to enter into that are on the specific video that I'm actually going to go ahead and direct you to right now. So what I would highly encourage you guys to do is learn how you can be able to actually get into that, so that you can be able to actually win. You can be able to actually win $500. You can be able to actually win my course. You can win my in-person course, which is $1,000 worth of value, which is really, really cool. The recap of this is the best for confirming what I've learned in all my course. Good. I'm happy to hear that, Michael. Seriously. So believe me, guys, I'm really, really excited. I know for sure that this competition, this 12-week RBC competition, is going to be really, really fun as time progresses. So just know that our schedule is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're always going to be live on YouTube, and you're always going to be able to actually make money with us. So again, I greatly appreciate your time, and I will speak to you guys soon. Let's get it. Peace.